new family. Ben was a small boy with big brown eyes. He lived in a small house with his mom and dad. They were a happy family. Ben loved playing in the garden with his toys. His dad always helped him build tall towers with blocks. His mom would laugh and clap when the tower didn't fall. One day, everything changed. Ben's parents started to argue a lot. They shouted at each other almost every night. Ben sat in his room and covered his ears. He didn't understand what was happening. He wished they would stop fighting and be happy again. A few weeks later, Ben's dad packed his things and left the house. Ben ran to the window and watched his dad drive away. His mom hugged him tightly and said, "Everything will be okay." But Ben felt sad and confused. He didn't want his dad to leave. After his dad left, the house became very quiet. Ben missed his dad's jokes and the fun games they played. He didn't like the silence. His mom tried to cheer him up by taking him to the park, but Ben still felt lonely. He missed how things used to be. One day, Ben's mom said, "We're going to meet someone special." Ben didn't know what she meant, but he nodded. He hoped this special person could make him feel happy again. He wondered who it might be. Ben and his mom got ready to meet the special person. His mom put on a pretty blue dress and smiled in the mirror. "Do you like my dress, Ben?" she asked. Ben nodded, but he didn't feel excited. He still missed his dad. They went to a small cafe in the town. Ben sat at a table with his mom and waited. He looked around and saw other people laughing and talking. He wondered why they were so happy. Then a tall man with a kind face walked over to their table. "This is Mr. Alex," Ben's mom said. "He is my friend." Alex smiled at Ben and said, "Hi, Ben. I've heard a lot about you." Ben didn't say anything. He just looked at his plate. He didn't know this man and wasn't sure if he liked him. Alex tried to talk to Ben. "What's your favourite game?" he asked. Ben shrugged. He didn't want to talk. Alex didn't give up. He said, "I love playing soccer. Do you like soccer?" Ben nodded a little. He did like soccer, but he still felt shy. After they finished their drinks, Alex said, "Would you like to play soccer with me one day?" Ben looked at his mom. She smiled and said, "It could be fun." Ben thought about it. Maybe playing soccer wouldn't be so bad. A week later, Alex came to their house with a soccer ball. "Are you ready, Ben?" he asked with a big smile. Ben nodded slowly and followed Alex to the park. The park was quiet, with green grass and tall trees. Ben felt a little nervous, but also curious. Alex kicked the ball gently to Ben. "Let's see your skills," Alex said. Ben kicked it back, and they started to play. At first, Ben was quiet. He didn't talk much. But as the game went on, he began to laugh a little. Alex was funny and made silly moves. After an hour, Ben was tired but happy. "You're really good, Ben," Alex said. Ben smiled shyly. It felt nice to hear that. They sat on a bench to rest. Alex asked, "Do you play with your friends at school?" Ben shook his head. "I don't have many friends," he said softly. Alex looked at Ben and said, "You're a great kid, Ben. I think you just need to show people how fun you are." Ben thought about it. He liked how Alex talked to him. It didn't feel fake or forced. That evening, Ben told his mom about the game. "Alex is nice," he said quietly. His mom smiled and hugged him. "I'm glad you had fun," she said. Ben began to wonder if Alex could really be part of their family one day. The next weekend, Alex invited Ben and his mom to the lake. "It's a fun place to relax," Alex said. Ben wasn't sure about it. He had never been to a lake before, but his mom said it would be good to go. When they arrived, the lake was calm and blue. Birds flew over the water, and kids were playing near the shore. Alex brought a small boat. "Let's go for a ride," he said. Ben hesitated, but Alex encouraged him. "Don't worry, it's safe." Ben and his mom climbed into the boat. Alex rowed while Ben watched the ripples in the water. It was quiet and peaceful. "This is nice," Ben's mom said with a smile. Ben agreed. He felt relaxed, something he hadn't felt in a long time. After the boat ride, Alex taught Ben how to skip stones across the water. "It's easy," Alex said. "Just throw it flat." Ben tried a few times and finally made a stone skip. He laughed loudly, feeling proud. Alex clapped and said, "See, you're a natural." That night, Ben thought about the day. Alex was different from other people. He was kind and patient. Ben started to believe that maybe his mom was right. Maybe Alex really did care about them. Ben smiled as he drifted off to sleep, feeling hopeful. Weeks passed, and Alex became a regular part of their lives. He helped Ben with his homework and brought small gifts like books or puzzles. "You're really smart, Ben," Alex said one day. Ben felt proud. No one had said that to him before. On Saturdays, they went to the park together. Alex showed Ben how to fly a kite. The colourful kite soared high in the sky, and Ben laughed as he ran to keep it up. His mom watched from a bench, smiling. She was happy to see Ben enjoying himself again. One evening, Alex brought a photo album to their house. "Let me show you my family," he said. The pictures were old but full of happy memories. "This is my dad, and this is my sister," Alex explained. Ben listened carefully, feeling connected to Alex in a new way. Alex also asked Ben about his life. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" he asked. Ben thought for a moment and said, "Maybe a teacher. Like my dad used to say, teachers help people." Alex nodded. "That's a great choice, Ben. You'd be a good teacher." Ben's mom noticed the changes in Ben. He smiled more often and seemed less afraid. "Alex is good for us," she told Ben one night. Ben agreed, even though he didn't say it out loud. For the first time in a long while, he felt like they were becoming a family again. One sunny morning, Alex arrived with a surprise. "We're going on a trip," he said. Ben's eyes lit up. "Where?" he asked. "You'll see," Alex replied with a wink. They got into the car and drove to the countryside. The air was fresh, and the fields stretched for miles. They stopped by a small lake. Alex unpacked a picnic basket filled with sandwiches, fruits, and juice. Ben ran to the water, skipping stones and laughing. His mom watched him with joy. "Thank you, Alex," she said softly. Alex smiled. "He deserves this happiness," he replied. After lunch, they sat under a big tree. Alex shared stories from his childhood. He talked about building tree houses, playing soccer, and his favourite books. Ben listened closely, imagining every detail. "You had a fun life," Ben said, "and now I get to share it with you," Alex replied. As the sun began to set, Alex handed Ben a small box. Inside was a photo of the three of them, taken during their kite-flying day. "This is for you," Alex said. "Keep it as a reminder of our time together." Ben held the photo tightly and smiled. On the way home, Ben felt something new. It wasn't just happiness, it was hope. He looked at his mom and Alex, and for the first time in years, he felt safe. "We're a family," he thought. The car drove into the night, carrying them toward a brighter future.